So here's Billy Bob nursing from Cinnamon, and Cinnamon has not had a baby, and I think he's getting milk out.
Yeah, he must be getting milk out because...
Wow, when opportunity knocks, you got to be ready. That's the key to freedom, having the ability and the freedom to accept opportunity. My buddy, I've been friends with him for a lot of years. He just lives about an hour or so away, and he said, hey, what do you think about ducks? Well, we're about to go on a trip next week, so we're going to be gone for a week. But he found some ducks for 50 cents a piece, so how could we say no to that? Anyway, so he just went by and he picked them up, and he's on his way. So I am going to get the stall ready that I had the baby chicks in for a little bit. I'm not really going to get it totally ready, but I am going to put a few of these wood chips right here. The pile was a lot taller, but the chickens keep smoothing it out. So I'm going to get a few wood chips in there just to make the bedding a little bit better, and then and then we'll get the ducks. Okay, so while I fill this up, I was thinking about a topic earlier today, and hopefully the snow shovel is a good tool. I mean, it moves a lot of wood chips, but it is kind of tricky. Okay, so I was talking to my one of my old co-workers. He was saying that a lot of people are getting stressed out because of layoffs and or potential layoffs and challenges in the workplace. There's a lot of things that I could say about that. Here, let me dump this really quick first. But first, stress is the culprit for many, many ailments in life. I think the best thing you can do for yourself is to try and avoid stress. Second, if you have multiple streams of income instead of just one from a job, then the amount of stress you'll have at work will go down. For instance, if you have a job and you have something else bringing in income, if the job goes away, at least you have the other thing bringing in income. If you don't and the job goes away, then all of a sudden you're left without any income. I highly recommend looking into other ways that you can earn money. I really like real estate, but some people like small businesses or other things. Second, it was kind of funny. I was at Lowe's, and one of the workers there was telling me about how much he loved the truck that he had. You know, so imagine a truck. I think he said he paid $70,000 for it, and the amount of benefit that he gets out of it doesn't seem to be a lot because he uses it to drive to work and back, and it seems like he works quite a bit. So he paid $70,000 for the truck, and then later on he said, you know what I would do if I won the lottery? And I mean, first you have to play the lottery, but he said, what I would do if I won the lottery is I would go out and buy myself the best boat that I could get, and then I'd go fishing. And he said the boat that he would get is probably like $80,000-$90,000, some kind of a fishing boat. And I think, you know, and this guy's probably in his upper 60s. And so I think, you know, if you would just adjust your expectations a little bit, you sell the truck that is worth $70,000-$80,000, and then you could probably buy that fishing boat right now, and hopefully you've got some kind of retirement or other kind of income coming in, and you could live your dream right now. So many people wait to live their dream until all these magical stars align, and then when they get to that point, they don't live, or they die, or they, for some reason, they can't achieve what it is that they hope for. I have a friend that he was a top executive at a company, and he just retired, and I asked him, hey, what are your plans now? And he said, well, our plans were to travel, but now we're helping to take care of our his in-laws, because they're having health challenges. Life isn't guaranteed. There is no promise of tomorrow, but we have today. So if you want something, and you can achieve it today, think, how can I get this goal that I have, and how can I achieve that today instead of in 10, 20 years? By looking at and asking yourself empowering questions like, how can I do this? It is so much more powerful than, I cannot do it because of fill in the blank. Loads of times, I remember in my younger years, people would say, oh, I can't invest because of my kids, or I can't invest because of this, or I can't, do whatever. You're right, you can't do that. My philosophy has always been, I have to invest because of my kids, or I want to invest because of my kids, because that is critical. Asking yourself the right questions can change your life. I encourage you to do it. You may wonder why the audio and video are messed up. My microphone is off. I guess the moral of my story, I don't think you should quit on life. And I don't think you should live a life full of stress. And so if what you're doing right now is causing you unbelievable stress, where you just want to quit everything, don't do it. Change something, whether it's your perspective. Something I've witnessed, and I'll get into this in another episode, is the things that we tell ourselves oftentimes are the things that we believe. For instance, I was out doing work the other day, and I was like, oh, it is so hot. It's so hot. Every shovel I did, every post that I touched, every kind of work that I did, I just kept thinking, it is so hot. Do you think that made me feel any cooler? No, it did not. Do you think that it made me feel hotter? Well, of course it did. I just started sweating and pouring out sweat. And then I thought, why am I doing this to myself? Why do I keep telling myself these things, even if it really is hot? Like, why do I tell myself that? And so then I changed my thinking. I thought, what? I love this breeze. It's so incredible. Oh my goodness, feel that one. Oh, I just feel amazed, by the breeze, and you just start telling yourself something different, and all of a sudden, I wasn't as hot. I was still sweating, but I wasn't as hot and miserable as I was before when I kept representing that idea that everything was so hot. So, next time you're at work, if you're suffering from stress or having a hard time with it, tell yourself something different. Instead of saying, oh, I can't believe that boss wants me to do this other thing. They don't really do anything themselves, and yada yada. Whatever it is that you're telling yourself, stop doing that and say, you know what? I'm so glad that they want me to do that, because that means that they want me employed. Or I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to be here. Lots of people would love to have this opportunity. Tell yourself something positive. That's true. Don't lie to yourself. When I was telling myself that things were a little bit cool, or that the breeze felt nice, the breeze did feel nice. It wasn't cold. I couldn't say, my goodness, I feel like icicles are hanging from my nose, because it's not true. And your brain would notice that. But if you show gratitude for the wonderful things that you do have, then all of a sudden your situation will change. It's an amazing feeling to be grateful and to be happy and to be free. Free yourself from negative talk, self-talk, and try and work to change the situation that you're in, if it really is a toxic, terrible situation. It's your life. You've got to make that choice. I can't make it for you. No one else can make it for you. But you've got to make that choice. Find what brings you passion and happiness in life that is good. Follow that. I think about Christ, Jesus Christ. If he would have said, this is too hard. This is impossible. I can't do this anymore. Oh, the nails hurt so bad when I'm up on the cross. This is like, can you imagine if he would have quit before he was done with what he had to do? We would all be lost. Well, I mean, I don't know what Heavenly Father would have done next. He has grand plans, but it would have been a different situation, a different scenario than what we're currently at. And He did not quit, nor should we. We should push forward. We should conquer, because we are God's children, and God can do anything. And we have that in us. So we can do anything. Think positive, find freedom, look for fulfillment and satisfaction in your life. You'll find it. Tell me how you do in the comments. Thanks again for joining me on this episode. And the farm is awesome. I keep telling myself that because got this big pile of wood chips. It's got to be moved somehow. It's awesome to move it. Talk to you later, everybody. And, if you haven't shared this content with somebody else, please do. I'm really looking to try and reach as many people with this positivity as possible. Thank you so much for joining. And until next time, bye. The delivery is here. Look at all those ducks. For basically, thank you, delivery man. Yeah, look at all those ducks. You like the little left feet there, James? What do you think, buddy? You excited for that sucker to grow and you can swim with it in the pond?
I'm not swimming with these in the pond.
If they survive the night,
Okay.
they'll be all right.
Unleash the ducks.
Wow, you have to unleash them.
Unleash the ducks.
Do you think they'll get out to the side?
Unleash the ducks.